Alright fellas, on this channel I've covered a lot of very confusing and disheartening dramas, but out of all the dramas that I've covered, this might be the most disheartening and confusing drama out of them all, and this I am talking about today is the Pyrocynical drama and the Pyrocynical allegations. If you happen to be watching this, you're probably thinking, CE, what in the world are you doing this, reporting this a week late? And, well, wait, holy horses fellas. It's because I want to get all these facts straight. Like I said before, this is an incredibly confusing drama, and also there was not much of a development that was going through it, and I wanted to see people's opinions on it. Now that I've waited about a week to just see how everything's going, there's been so many more developments, and now I think I can properly put together a concise summary of Pyrocynical's allegations. I think I'm going to report this in more of a neutral standpoint, though I feel I am quite skeptical about this. I think I'm going to look at it more neutral so as I can properly report this topic better. But please tell me after you watch the entire thing, because there's a lot of developments in this. Please tell me after you watch the entire thing what do you guys think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed, I would really appreciate if you could leave a sub and like. Thank you so much. Now, here is the start to all of this drama. It's an accusatory thread by a user called Ivory. Now keep in mind, I might call him a him, I might call her a her, because I'm not completely sure about the gender of this person, and I didn't really go too far to find who it was because it's not very relevant at this point. Ivory has said, "Trigger warning groomer, Pyrocynical groomed me and I have screenshots to prove it. I've been thinking about this non-stop, being angry, confused and sad that I've had to accept this since I was 15 and I've never said anything because I felt powerless." As you probably figured, this tweet went viral, and this is the tweet that's gonna set the standard for this entire drama, and the tweet that started this entire drama in the first place. But first thing that people wanted to find out was whether this was true in the first place. Because first of all, the main thing that Ivory showed at the start was just some blurred and censored screenshots, and people weren't sure whether it was true at the start. But then Ivory provided a link to a video that showed the alleged texting that went on Discord between Pyro and Ivory, and more people believed that. Some people said it was fake, but we'll get into that a bit later on. Now, another development that happened was Ivory wanted to clear things up, so Ivory went to an interview with Tommy C. Now, this was a very professional interview. I'd like to show you multiple clips of it, but there are just a few clips that I have to show you. If you want to watch the full thing, the link will be in the description. It's a nice interview, but a thing that really hit me was Ivory's wording. "Pyrocynical groomed me." I looked through this text and there wasn't really much proof after looking through that entire video, and it seemed that Tommy C had picked up on this himself and asked Ivory how exactly had Pyrocynical groomed him, and this is how Ivory replied.
But the grooming thing, that brings it to a whole new level. I mean, now we're talking about people that are, you know, not just having a dirty conversation with an underage person, but plan to do something about it. I mean, is it really fair that you use the word grooming? And if that's true, if you feel that's true, where was this going?
I'm not like, I don't know.
Did somebody tell you to use the word grooming?
I was in a call with my friend when I like typed it out, and I typed like, I remember I typed that and asked like, is that okay? Because like, they know about this, and that was I got a yes for that, so.
Yes, because it reads more like a YouTube like thumbnail.
Now, as you can see from Ivory's reply, well, you can clearly see that Ivory probably did not know what grooming was, or if he did, he just did it so that more people would either feel sympathy for him or would actually read that thread. So we can conclude that Pyrocynical probably didn't groom Ivory, but he should have said a lot of NSFW and inappropriate stuff, but there's no grooming whatsoever in this situation, and this incorrect wording could have brought more Pyrocynical fans against her, which I believe it did. Also, there was no text proof to prove that Pyro knew that she was underage, and no text proof also to show that she was trying to make Pyrocynical know that she was underage. And Many people even said that Pyrocynical thought she was 18. Another thing that we are going to come back later and happen later on. Another thing that I would quickly like to point out is that there were other instances that Ivory retweeted of people tweeting that they had been groomed by Pyrocynical. Yet in these tweets there was zero proof of them being groomed, so they would have as much credibility as me just tweeting the same nonsense out. So yeah, that's over with. Another tweet that I believe worth mentioning is one by Ivory herself. Ivory said in a tweet that she would love to meet Pyrocynical. Now these do not match her claims of being scared of Pyrocynical. Besides, in a private DM released by Ivory later on, Pyro's girlfriend even claimed that Ivory had a crush on Pyrocynical. So this stuff is getting pretty deep. Now more about this conversation that went on with Pyro's girlfriend Ida and Ivory. Now I went through the video because Ivory made this conversation public as well, and basically what went in between these two, and what we learned from that was that Pyrocynical was not the only one that sent this inappropriate stuff. Ivory herself sent it, and she even sent it to Ida. So Ivory herself can't say that she was completely innocent. Pyrocynical's girlfriend Ida made a very good point, saying that if Ivory did not want to be part of this, she shouldn't have sent stuff back, which I think was quite a valid point to Pyrocynical's defense. Also, Ida went on to say that Pyrocynical clearly thought that she was 18 years old, and this was why she was doing this. And Ida hadn't made any claims of such to Pyrocynical, telling him that he was underage. Probably because of the fact that she had a crush on Pyrocynical, and because she was part of this stuff as well. Also, like I said before, the fact that Ida knew about this probably clears up any misunderstanding about whether it was the real Pyrocynical or not. But it does seem, with all of this, the sudden publicity of this and the timing of it during cancel culture, I wouldn't necessarily drown out people calling Ivory a clout chaser, mainly because of a clearly wrong choice of words. Pyrocynical did not quote-unquote groom Ivory. Sure, he did send inappropriate furry art messages, which is disgusting, but Ivory did that too. He did not know that Ivory was underage. For all we know, there is no text proof of Pyrocynical knowing that she was underage. In the end, I would love to hear what Pyrocynical has to say about this. I'd love to hear a response. It doesn't have to be an apology, just simply a response to this, because I think people need to be more clear about this drama, because it sure is confusing. I hope I reported it well, though if I did, please leave a like and subscribe. If you're still watching, tell me your opinion, or comment innocent till proven guilty down below. But until the next one, guys, stay safe. See you guys.